Spinning inside the 45, fighting Lions all the way down to the 42-yard line. Tyrone Wheatley, the battering ram, has a Raider first down. Just then inside the Lion 30, play action bootleg. Gannon's got room to go, 25-20, and he steps out of bounds. The Raiders first down on the 15-yard line. Touchdown Raiders. Randy Jordan blocked it. It's a touchdown for the Raiders. Randy Jordan does it again.
All right, how is everybody? Captain Jack here, and obviously wanted to work on some things today. I want to say hello to everybody that has showed up so far, or shown up so far, I should say. That's the proper way to say it. Don Webb, Jack Varela. It says two other people. I don't know who those two other people are, so apologies. Vicky Jen, Rich Angeles, Ron McClendon, Ruben Cardenas, Hector Figueroa, Chris Lentz, Spencer Scroggins, I'm glad is here. So at least I have a fan from one team that I'm hoping that will get a chance to go in. Jerry White and JD, the person of wonderfulness. Those are on Facebook. As far as YouTube, yeah, I wouldn't forget anybody on YouTube. Popeye Randolph, thank you for coming in, brother. Mike Sarah from Misery, again, Don's over here as well. For Life, Our Raider Story, I believe that's Angela Pacheco. So welcome, Angela, good to see you as well, hon. Becky Gutzler, the Raider Critique, Nathan Gunn is here. AJ Brayhew, we have a man of the cloth in the house, so obviously that's a good thing. We're all blessed for that. Steve Bigby, thank you for coming in, sir. And I want to give a big shout out to Steve Bigby, Jalitha Hall, Denise Fonts. My goodness, everybody that Polo Rodriguez. I'm brain farting a lot of names. There are many folks that are our first responders that are working in the medical field that I want to give a big shout out to and a big thank you. A big thank you for all that you are doing in this time. So we have, and I know that AJ will give a good blessing for everybody. It's good to be covered that way as well. So for our first responders, you know, some iced tea or basically a tip of the glass to you. And I want to thank you for all that you do. Getting back to the folks that are on YouTube that are here. Again, Vicky Orr is on here as well. Again, thank you there, Steve. Yeah, I mean, Popeye, AJ is a retired sailor, and oh, good, there you go. And I forgot. See, I knew that there are others. Mr. Wombat is in the medical community as well, in the Army. Raider Rich is there. You can. It's a matter. Keeping it clean is a good thing. I really try to, but there are those things where it slips. And when you're real, it's okay. You're being real. How do I like the draft? I liked it a lot there, Ryan. Thanks for asking. Ryan's joining us on YouTube again. For those that are not on YouTube, please get over to YouTube. I am doing my Raider giveaways on YouTube. What's another Spencer? I will flash that on the screen in a minute. Getting back, Anthony Esparza is here as well. Spencer, you know, since you asked, Spencer, don't let Spencer call first. I'd like to hear from Spencer, and the reason why Spencer is our Bronco fan. Yeah, we drink. There you go. And actually, Angela, when I was in a Zoom the other night, they said every time I cussed, we were supposed to drink. If you are calling, hang on. I didn't put the phone up yet, which means I got to put Google Hangouts up. So again, I didn't get to that in time. So let me do that. Okay, the Google number is up, at least people that are calling in. Somebody was calling I'm not sure if they were calling my phone regularly or if they were just calling me. Spencer, because you asked. Let's do that. There it is. Number is 813-699-0834. 813-699-0834. Hopefully, I'll hear from everybody. Spencer and the person that was calling, I apologize. If they were calling my cell phone direct, I don't answer my cell phone. I answer my Google number, and that's there. Let's call in. Let's talk about the draft. Everybody that's here, thank you for being here, boy. I'm stoked. Let me get this number out here so I can see what's going on. Spencer, call in. That's what they said. Let the donkey fan call in. That's a good opening for you, brother. 813-699-0834. Hopefully we'll hear from Spencer. So to my day left without her what? Ooh. Okay, I need to let me get to this number first. I don't want to lose this call, but I was looking at what AJ was saying. Obviously somebody in the back. No matter what, the donkey still sucks. Who do I have on as my first caller here? By the way.
Hey, what's going on, Jay? It's Spencer.
It is Spencer, is it?
Yeah, what's going on, man?
Hey, good to see. And I want to say thanks for Spencer being here. Let me turn the number off for a little bit. And good hearing from you, brother. Spencer was with me down in a place in the Caribbean. I don't want to say about that, but I was kind of intrigued about. I was watching what AJ was saying. My life left without her wedding ring. Okay. Oh God. Okay. Here's the thing. I thought that AJ's wife left him, so at least it's just a wedding ring. Yeah, that's a little bit of a less thing to worry about. But again, that sucks. But Spencer, I want to welcome Spencer to everybody here. Spencer, how are you doing, and how did your Broncos do, and are you happy with AJ Judy?
So, I'm feeling pretty good about the draft in general, but it's kind of one of those things. My personal opinion about drafts in general is all the players that come in have talent. What it takes is how the quality of the organization, and then it takes, how do you develop these guys? And can these guys even, because you look at the guys from Alabama and Clemson, and this is going to get to a later point with the Raiders and picking Clemson players. You got a college program that's just full of elite kids. How can that kid do on his own when he has to be the elite person? So I feel pretty good about who the Broncos went and picked, but time will tell. It's one of those things where, yeah, they got a couple wide receivers, a tight end, but if they can't protect the quarterback, if Garrett Bowles is still allowed to be the left tackle of Denver Broncos, it doesn't really matter, So I'm really concerned about the offensive line play in Denver. But I'm pretty happy for the most part. They addressed, I think, most of the needs. Hopefully they pan out. I mean, that's really the hope with these things, How are you feeling about your Raiders and their draft?
I am very happy about who our boys picked up. Thank you for asking. And I did want to ask you about, like I said, the fact that the Broncos went out of their way to get a lot of skill positions. And they even got the tight end from Missouri so that Drew Lock has a familiar target. I think that was actually a good thing, is that he doesn't have to get that familiarity with him. He already knows that. So with him and Fant, that's a positive thing. But like you said, guys have always, I shouldn't say always, but within the last couple of years, your big liability has been your offensive line. And until you address that, then it's going to suck for you as a Bronco fan, because as the other teams have improved, the Raiders have improved on offense, which is what they needed to do, as they've improved on defense, which we definitely needed to do. And even as the Garglers have improved, the AFC West is wide open right now for number 2. And I say number 2 because everybody, you and I both agree that the Chiefs are the premier of the division. Hell, they're the premier of football. So we have to take our steps in order to knock them off first in order to get to the mountain.
Well, look at who the Chiefs picked up in the first round. They got Clyde Edwards-Helaire. So you know I'm a big college guy, and that was the running back for Joe Burrow. Now, granted, he had 5 good wide receivers and that tight end, but he had like 60-some catches out of the backfield. I mean, you add that to Patrick Mahomes with the weapons they have already. I mean, it's going to be hard. And I think the Broncos and the Raiders and even the Chargers really did in this draft, as they're like, okay, we can't really stop the Chiefs, so if we could try to score with them, then we have a shot. Because if you look, Kansas City's defense was their liability. It showed up in the playoffs, but look, they went behind in 2 of those playoff games.
Right.
So there is some hope, for I think all 3, the Chargers, the Broncos, and the Raiders. My thing with the Raiders, and this is just going to be my opinion, of course you can rebuttal it, but I think this is a make or break year for Derek Carr.
Oh yeah.
It's his 7th season, but you look at a guy like Drew Lock. Got 5 games on the books. There's a lot of unknown there. There was a lot of good that we saw last year, but it could turn to complete crap this year.
Right.
And then with the Chargers, are they going to rush Herbert in? Because, I mean, the way I look at it, I mean, I grew up in the era where you drafted a quarterback in the first round and he sat for a couple of years and learned from someone. But nowadays, football, they expect you to throw in there, and I still think it's okay to sit a rookie and let him learn for a couple of years still. I don't think that's a broken method. But, I mean, there's going to be a lot. The AFC West will be fun to watch, as it always is. I'm interested to see how this turns out for everybody. But I tell you, the big shock of the draft, it was Tanner Muse for me. I really like Tanner. I was shocked he went that high. But he's a guy that you guys are gonna get a high quality player that I think he'll easily make your roster.
Hey, Spencer, I got to go because you've been on 5. Thank you for calling. I agree with you there. I want to get to this caller before he goes. Thanks again, and keep on watching, brother. That was Spencer, and here we go with 651. Who am I speaking to? And again, I try to do 3 to 5 minutes, and I'm sorry, Spencer. I love Tanner Hughes. He might be drafted a little, and you are I want to make sure everybody knows that Spencer is a diehard Clemson fan, so he knows about Tanner Hughes. Who do I have at 651?
Crazy Cooter.
Hey, we got another outside fan, outside non-Raider fan. Crazy Cooter is calling. He's going to talk about his Vikings, so I'm glad to see you as well. How are you doing? Are you on the road there, Cooter?
I'm going mid-state Iowa.
Iowa. Well, again, for those that don't know, Cooter is a truck driver, and he is bringing all of our. So again, another unsung hero. The people that get the supplies out to everybody. I want to thank you and all the other truckers out there, Cooter, and definitely keep healthy, brother. Because if you're not healthy, we're not getting the stuff we need.
Yeah, I do the reefer stuff, so I'm pretty much a big part of the food chain.
You are the food chain, brother.
Yep. So, you know what, the thing that impressed me most about the draft is the Packers sucked it up. They sucked it up.
I love it when you can see somebody in your own division and they screw it up, like you said, and it does make you feel better about what's going on.
Here's what one of the guys that's on that NFC Elite that Billy Billinger was saying. He's saying, "Oh, damn it, who's choosing for us, Zimmer?" Yeah, that's about right.
I actually invited
him and Slick Rick. I'll tell you what we got like A's and B's on every choice we picked. And I'll tell you what, there's a couple different guys like that Ezra Cleveland. Oh boy, yeah, we didn't get as many of the offensive line that we needed, but I think with some of the free agents that are still left out there in this and that, I think we're going to do pretty damn good.
That's right. Oh, wait a second. We do have some dissension. The bearded Gunny Ryan said that the Packers didn't fuck up, so he's going to come in later on, and he's going to say why. Because I invite that. But, again, I appreciate the I appreciate that your view. But, again, the Vikings did incredibly well in this draft, and I'm glad to see that as well.
Well, you know what I always say instead of go pack go, I won't ever say that again, okay? I always say choke pack choke. Or go back home. Go back home.
I like I said, a good thing with remember, hate the team, don't hate the fans unless the fans are, beating on you, and literally beating on you.
There's one part of our VWO family that is a rivalry household, and Kim Jasinski and Larry Ma is part of the VWO. Well, she's a diehard whacker backer.
Yeah, well, I met Kim Jasinski up there as well. Great lady. I love Kim.
Oh, she's great. Kimmy, she's great. I mean, if we tolerate her, I give her hell all the time.
Right.
And she knows it's never going to stop.
Now, Cooter, did the Vikings do enough in that division to make them a predominant favorite in that division? Did they do enough to overcome what Green Bay did last year?
We got that Ezra Cleveland and that J.J. Johnson, or not J.J. Johnson, but I forget all the guys who got me. And they had that quarterback that we got from the Hawkeyes.
Did you guys pick up Van Johnson, the kid out of Florida? Or did you pick up the Johnson that was the wide receiver from LSU?
LSU.
Yeah, now,
LSU.
yeah, that very good pick there. I know you picked up one of the Johnsons. Fantastic wide out there. So in that respect, you improved. Ezra Cleveland was another good pick for you. I said...
Oh, definitely. It's a beast. I mean, he's 6'6" and weighs 311. My goodness gracious. And I guess he's fast, too.
Well, you can't teach speed and you can't teach girth. And as long as the kid can move, then that'll always work out for you.
Exactly, yep. So, I'm glad I've been doing what I'm doing. I've been back and forth. I've been to East L.A. I've been down there where they, told you had to wear a mask mandatory and stuff like that. I haven't done any of that stuff because I'm not a sheep. I don't follow what the damn government's trying to tell us because I think they're effing us in every aspect of this whole thing. It's just what they're doing is wrong. Oh, I got a freaking fly in my truck.
Well, yeah, get the fly out of your truck. That's for sure. Hey,
you know what I do with them? I walk on the truck and I spray Raid in it.
Oh, okay.
Hey!
Just like a bad commercial, man. Well, hey, Cooter, man, I appreciate you calling in. So overall, you're happy with your Vikings. Now, I want to say real quick, between what you picked up in free agency and what you picked up in the draft, are the Vikings going to overtake the Pack this year?
Oh, definitely. Because Rodgers, he's washed up. I mean, come on, you got to know that. He's getting tired. He ain't getting no Brady. I'd like to see how Brady's even going to do. I mean, I'll tell you what, the Buccaneers did good. I mean, they stole Winfield from us, and whoever was the other Gopher. I wanted both those guys on our team.
Yeah, Winfield Jr. is going to be a good pick, especially now. And I'm hoping that some of my Tampa fans that are my friends will show up and talk about their team as well. I mean, Tampa is already talking about having a hometown Super Bowl, but it's never been done before. So, I mean, people have been close.
The NFL screwed us out of it.
Yeah, they did. They certainly did.
So, yeah, you know what? I'd like to see Bucknuts call in. Really, I would. I'd love to see him call in.
Well, hopefully so. Like I said, I invited Captain Tim. I invited John Superfan. I invited it wasn't Bucknuts. It was one of the other Buck fans. It's some of the other guys that are in the NFL Elite group. Hopefully they will get the message.
Roger Hornbuckle or something like that.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Yep.
Okay, sounds like you get another call coming in.
All right, I do.
I'm going to sign off real quick. This is Crazy Cooter coming at you. Maybe crazy by you, but keep that green side down, sign that up. Wheels spinning the Beavers band.
That was Crazy Cooter. Thank you there, brother. And now we go from Crazy Cooter, we go to Houston Steve. Don't hang up, Steve. Don't hang up. I want to make sure I keep you. Hello. We're rocking and rolling. We had the Broncos already and the Vikings. Now we have our first Raider call. Let me make sure that nobody steps on you because you just came in. So what's going on, Steve? Good to hear from you, brother.
Well, it's good to hear from you, Captain. What did Cal Davis used to say? The greatness of the Raiders lies in the future. That's nothing. I tell you what, in Mayock we trust. He reminds me of Ron Wolf, the way he goes out and gets this. We'll just call it Clemson West, Clemson and Alabama West. I called that Ruggs pick and everything. I did like CeeDee Lamb and everything, but based on they were saying he's the most versatile of the three, and he ran in 4.2. I would have loved this pick. Don't you agree with that?
Well, I've said this on my show the other night. As you know, I didn't want a wide receiver at number one. Mm-hmm. But I said if we are going to get a wide receiver, I would love for it to be Ruggs because I think Ruggs is ready right now, and he is a adept at getting those quick passes and just getting going and run. And we need that, and that's what Carr especially is doing. He is more attuned to that short passing game, and that's where I think that Ruggs will be best used for the Raiders.
Wouldn't you agree, Captain, that Kansas City, they can have Tyreek Hill, but we've got Ruggs. We finally have a burner now. We haven't had it in a while since maybe Cliff Branch or Tim Brown or something like that, but I like the Bowden pick. Like you said, he could run back kick returns and everything, and I don't think he's going to be doing that, but, he could be running back, wide receiver, he's versatile, and then that player, the wide receiver from Carolina, he can one-hand catches, he's just great, and then we got the cornerback and everything, and Arnett, I think they said that Arnett from Ohio State, I know that people like to bash him, he's not Conley, and he's not, I'm not saying he's Jack Tatum yet or anything, but I just think that he's going to be a player. I think they said he only gave up one touchdown in the 4 years that he was a Buckeye. Is that true, or is that one touchdown a year?
I know it was a very low. I think he was in like the 94 percentile of the way that he performed. I'm not sure if that one touchdown was for his senior year, and thank God for Chris Carter telling him to come back for his senior year. I'm not sure if that's for his career, but I know that he ranked out at 94% or better during his career as a Buckeye. Now, people were pissed at that pick, and I'm like saying, why? Here it is. The Raiders did not have a second-round pick. The kid was rated to be, depending upon who you are looking at, either between the end of the first to top third, okay? If the Raiders don't have a second-round pick, okay, and they couldn't trade back, and everybody said, well, trade back. Maybe they tried to trade back, and there were no takers, okay? Maybe they tried. So if they couldn't trade back and the kid was there, then you take him. And see, this is where I think the pundits are so screwy. The guy said, there was one guy that I was reading that said, hey, he would have been there at 33. The Raiders didn't have a second-round pick, you schmuck. I don't care if he was available at 33. If whoever was at 33 didn't want to trade up, the Raiders got the guy that they were targeting. So shut the frack up. That's exactly what I'm saying.
I know. I saw the New York Post said we were dead last and everything, but of course, outside of the years with Mark Sanchez, the Jets have been irrelevant. The Giants, outside of those 2 Super Bowls they won, they haven't been relevant since the Lawrence Taylor days. So, they've got a lot of nerve to say the Raiders last. It's probably a Mike Florio thing. But anyway, what do you think about the Muse, the cornerback, and also I think the offensive lineman is really good from Clemson, and also the other cornerback?
I'll say that. I'll say it offline. Thanks for calling in, Steve.
Thank you, sir. God bless. Be safe. Bye.
That was Houston Steve. I want to make sure I don't miss any calls. We got 530 on. Who am I speaking to first? Hello?
Hello?
Hello, yeah, who am I talking to?
This is Ryan or Bearded Gunny.
Okay, well, Bearded Gunny, thank you for calling in. Let me get this done real quick, Gunny. Steve asked me about the cornerbacks. I liked everybody that we picked up. I said Amik Robertson is going to be a standout in a couple years. Give him some time. He's fast. He's very sticks to you like glue. He's very athletic. I think he is a fantastic nickel project for us. Muse, I like people are saying that we blew it on Muse. Right now he's listed as a safety, but according to Mayock, he's going to be doing a lot of linebacker work for us, so that'll work out for him as well. So again, I wanted to answer those questions. Bearded Gunny, first off, how did you like the draft? And then you gotta tell me about this position where you said that the Packers did not screw up. I want to hear about that.
Okay, well, I love the Raiders draft. I thought they'd get CeeDee Lamb. They ended up getting Ruggs, which I'm okay with. You need to burn it. You can take the top off and open up things underneath for, Waller and Jacobs. Love the draft, but yes, I got to address the Aaron Rodgers thing and the Packers. Aaron Rodgers is my guy, so I have to defend people saying he's washed up and Packers made a mistake. As a Rodgers fan, I don't want to get confused. I'm a diehard Raiders fan, but Rodgers from the same area, went to the same college, went to Butte College and all that. I have to defend him. He's definitely not washed up. The Packers did not make a mistake. They didn't help him, but they helped their franchise for the future. And I'll explain by, they had Brett Favre, and he was still considered in his prime, and then they drafted Rodgers. They're like, that's definitely paid off. And Rodgers has thrown 51 touchdowns in the last 2 years and only 6 interceptions. He's got a terrible offensive line, so they didn't help him with that. And then if you name one receiver outside of Devontae Adams, and who else does he really have to throw to, And they were also in the divisional championship, or no, NFC championship, wasn't it, versus the 49ers?
Well, yeah, they were there. They were there.
Yeah. So, they would. In my opinion, they wouldn't be there without Rodgers. He threw 26 touchdowns, 2 interceptions, or 4 interceptions. 4. Previous year, he only threw 2 interceptions. The guy's not washed up. He's got Devontae Adams. Other than that, he's got Lazard, and you can't really name the other receivers, the other targets he's throwing to. He's got a bad offensive line. I'm just had to defend my guy.
Okay, well, he's defended. Give us your take on our Raiders, brother.
Oh, like I said, I liked all the picks. One pick I really didn't really love, but I've done my research, is the cornerback we got from Ohio State.
Arnett.
Arnett, yeah. Damian Arnett, yeah. And I don't know, he can tackle. Some people think he wasn't even on the board for a lot of teams. He's undraftable, is what I would say, because he's immature. But I watched some film study on him. He can tackle. What does that team? Other than that, I like all of them. I really do.
You're moving around a lot there, Gunny. You're coming in and out, brother. But whoa, okay. Moving around the couch. Yeah, I can hear you, brother. But there's a lot of static online. But did the Raiders do enough in your mind to go to the next level? Or are they going to be basically? Are they looking to finally get back into being a team that can beat those damn Chiefs?
I think. Before this draft even happened, I had the Raiders slotted as the second best team in the AFC West. With this draft class, I think we've gotten closer. 7-9 last year. Dealing with all those injuries, with the toughest schedule in the league, 7 home games. I think they got closer. The Raiders got closer. Now I do believe that they can probably score if everybody pans out. Henry Ruggs pans out. All these other receivers you got, Lynn Bowden, you got Brian, what's his name, from South Carolina, another receiver. We got Carr's got some weapons now, and I feel like we got a good offensive line, and we've already proved we can run the ball against Kansas City. So if we can't stop them, I feel like we can. We've got closer. We can probably score with them now. I don't know. My fingers are crossed. I
for sure got the Raiders in the second game.
Well, they better employ somebody that can stop them at least a bit. Hey, Gunny, thanks for the call. I'm going to go into the next caller, brother. I appreciate you calling in.
Thank you. Bye.
That was Bearded Gunny run one in, and then I got my next caller, 916. Who am I talking to?
This would be Don Webb from the cool Las Vegas, Nevada.
All right, Don. Well, I'm glad you're here, brother. Let me make sure I get the information up so people don't knock you out, per se. Good hearing from you from cool Las Vegas, Nevada. Thanks for calling in. Hey, Don, you were there, and you told me and you told everybody else that was waiting to hear from you that the Raiders did rather well in picking up the kid from Ohio State. And for those that don't know, Don is an Ohio State aficionado. So for those that are crapping their pants that we didn't get a good cornerback, just quickly alleviate their fears.
Okay, real quick scouting report. This is a fact. He was ranked number 1 in cornerbacks in the NCAA for man-to-man coverage efficiency. Meaning when they go man-to-man, he was the man. He gave up less than 1 TD each of his 4 years as a cornerback while at Ohio State. He is tough, played with a broken arm for 6 games, stayed in, made those tackles. That's my take on Arnett.
Okay. That's efficient. Go ahead.
Okay, so Robertson, I'm not going to act like a smart ass and say I know everything about him. The film they showed on that guy, I think he wants to start week 1. Is he going to? Don't have a clue, but I know one thing. He is one of those guys that says, you got me, and I want to prove what I'm worth. And I love that pick, personally.
Yeah, I like I said, that the kid's got a motor, and he does not want to stop. And there's really no reason why he can't be in the conversation. You guys and gals, pardon me, might not know that, but every roster spot on the Raiders right now is open. And there is competition, and there will be competition for everybody coming into camp. Nobody has a guaranteed spot. Do not snicker. That is true. So we are going to get the best 53, and I can't wait.
Well, we found our red zone guy, and that's Bowden.
Oh, yeah.
He can pass, he can run, and he can catch. And when you're inside that 20, you think the Chief has number 10. That guy's elusive, strong, quick. He was called Mr. Versatility in college football. So
yeah, he was. Not quite yet, Jimmy. Not quite yet. He didn't have his 5 minutes. I'll give you another minute there, Don. Go ahead.
And Edwards, he was the number 1 wide receiver in the history of South Carolina. That goes to say right there. He's big, strong, fast. Man, I think I gave it a B so far, the draft. I think when we get to a B+, if Muse does play linebacker, I'd like to see a 4-2-5 against a lot of teams, believe it or not. Because there's so many passing teams. Why not put Muse in there? He can guard guys.
Yeah.
Just a thought.
And he played that tweener role at Clemson. If you're going to have somebody that's going to play that kind of like small linebacker, big safety, that is the proper guy, especially if you're running, like you said, a 4-2-5 or even like a 5-1-5 or something ridiculous like that. You get good push, and you have somebody lingering in the middle. And again, as long as Muse is in here to do what it looks like the Raiders want him to do, and that is, in fact, guard friggin' Travis Kelce, guard Hunter Henry, guard the damn tight end, okay? Guard him. Again, Muse is still listed. I have the depth chart up. Not that you guys can see. I wish I was able to produce that. I didn't have time. I'm trying to get things done, squared away. But Muse will be that guy. Now, again, Spencer, my boy, who is a South Carolina aficionado just like Hollywood is, you know, he's a damn good player. Now I got to let you go there, Don, but thanks for calling in, brother.
All right, take care.
Okay, we go from Don Webb, and we go right to Jimmy Farrell. Jimmy Farrell, how you doing, brother? What's going on? Jimmy! Jimmy! Jimmy, what's going on, brother? Hello? Yeah.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you now, brother. What's going on?
About the draft. What is with these stupid ass experts or analysis about the picks that the Rays got? I mean, you tell me one of these geniuses can't figure out why they picked the corner in the second pick in the first round. Don't they realize we don't have a second round pick? That's why it was picked.
Right.
And then they have this stupid ass grading. They gave Muse a D.
Yeah.
And then some gave the Raiders the fifth worst draft picks in the NFL, and some had the Raiders worst picks than Seattle Seahawks, and some picked them as an A, as a grade. I mean, I don't read any of that crap, the grading and what. I can't even listen to the NFL channel, you know.
Yeah.
Because they're talking about
they're all anti-Raider. Okay. You find, I mean, maybe obviously Howie is pro-Raider. Okay, Woodson is pro-Raider, but he doesn't work for the network anymore. Merrill Hodge was at least, you know, somewhat, you know, fair in his analysis of the Raiders. But you show me anybody that really has anything positive to say about the Raiders that wasn't Raiders himself. I mean, I like the fact. Oh God, I can't remember the guy's name. He's an ESPN analyst that was slated to possibly be the GM for us. Played defensive back for us. God, what's his name? You know who that I'm talking. No. He's on ESPN now. He's one of their better analysts. Somebody give me the damn name.
is he on TV now?
Yes, he was on at the draft. He was on the draft. He had a helmet. He had a Raider helmet in the back. He at least gives Louis Riddick. Thank you. Thank you, Brian. Thank you, Ryan. Louis Riddick at least when he's not pro-Raider, he's not anti-Raider. He's a damn good analyst. Okay.
Right.
And like I said, there's nobody there that even gives up that counts. That counts there. If this is a drinking game, you gotta drink. Anyway, there it is. Louis Riddick is fair, but there is not too many other people that are fair. They still subscribe to the fact that Al Davis is still running the team. There was a lot of people that were there that were still attributing all the picks last year to Reggie effing McKenzie. Reggie McKenzie's been gone, okay? Mike Mayock is our GM. People need to realize that, and they still always knock. They said, oh, typical Raiders, that they picked the fastest kid in the draft. It just so happens that he had the less drops. Go ahead.
Did you notice when they were showing Gruden in his office, he's got the stupid draft list on the cork board?
Yeah.
So what? Every other GM can look at what he's got on the board?
Yeah.
What is he doing?
I saw that. I'm like,
what is he doing?
I said, are you?
It's like, here's my draft list. Go steal it from me.
Yeah. And I was like,
I'm
there you go. I mean, I'm an intelligence guy. And all you had to do is, if you are a person for another team, is you take a screenshot of that list and you blow it up and you see exactly what the hell the Raiders. I'm like, are you kidding me?
Mayock didn't pick that up either? Seriously?
I don't know. Unless it was subterfuge.
And how about Roger Goodell, that jackass? He says, I have a major announcement. We're going to announce the Vegas draft in 2020. No, stupid. It's 2022.
I know.
Jackass.
I know.
How did you fuck that up?
Yeah.
Somebody drinking that day?
Yeah. Well, somebody was. I mean, I tell you what.
Pissed me off. I'm like, didn't you say 2020? Am I hearing right?
Yeah, he said
I couldn't
2020.
believe it.
He said 20. Well,
What?
I mean, that just goes without saying how much of a I don't know, stupidity that is. Bearded Gunny says no screenshot could see that. Gunny, I tell you, there is equipment.
But that's not the point.
There's
the point
equipment.
Is, why is it on there? Nobody else has a cork board showing their draft picks. That's the point.
Jimmy, I love the call, man. Thanks for being there. Appreciate you being here. I'm gonna go to the net. Wait a second. You get a reprieve because the person did not follow through. If you called, I'm about ready to pick up your call. You got to be there. Jimmy, we are on 6 minutes. Give me your best out the guy.
Say that again?
I said, give me your best out the door, brother.
Let's go Raiders.
All right. Thanks again, partner. That's Jimmy Farrell. And there was a caller come in. So it's available. It's available again. Line is open, 813-699-0834, 813-699-0834. People asked me, and I guess that it might have been a fake board, Ryan. That's what I would have done for subterfuge. For subterfuge, I would have had a fake board. There we go. I got a caller. 601, who am I speaking to? Hello, 601.
Ty Brown here.
Hey, Ty Brown, Mississippi, brother. How you doing? Good to hear from you. Let me make sure that I get the number off the screen so people will not disturb you while you're here. What is going on? Hey, first off, what's going on in Mississippi?
Doing good, man. Bad weather last week, some tornadoes and stuff, but right now we had a beautiful weekend. So weather-wise, this weekend was great.
Good. Hey guys, if you're on the board, if you're on YouTube, I don't want to hear any sort of racial or religious things like that. Okay? I don't want to see it. In fact, I got to take this one out. I don't want to see it. Okay, let me figure out. Somebody is talking about. I don't want. Go ahead, Ty. I'm listening, brother.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Just go over some of these armchair GMs, Captain. Everybody that wanted to criticize wanted to, so far the draft, we had a great draft.
We did.
Even with the Arnett, when the name was called, I even admitted, I said maybe it was a reach, but then you have to look at it. Number one, we had no second round pick. So if you had a second round, maybe he's a second round, but you know what? He's on your board. You're going to take the player you want. So if Mayock and Gruden feel that this guy's going to come in and help us out, hey, I trust him.
Right.
And let's to the Raiders, let's stop knocking our draft picks, man. I mean, hey, give these kids a chance, an opportunity to come in and prove themselves.
I tell you, we are in much better straits right now than we would have been had we had Reggie here. I mean, a Reggie draft is ultimately a failure. Like I was going over again. Other than Derek Carr.
His later round picks didn't work out.
Well, you know what? Other than Derek Carr, is there anybody on this team that is left over from the McKenzie era? I don't think so.
What, maybe Gabe is one.
Okay, yeah, Gabe, but Gabe's out the door pretty soon. As soon as the Raiders,
Gabe's gone. Yeah.
As soon as the Raiders can find a trade partner, Gabe is gone. Gabe is gone.
Yeah, Gabe is gone. I thought they were looking for one for draft. If they could have got a 5th round pick for him, I think they would have got that.
Yeah. Gabe is gone. Derek Carr, and that's it. And you know what?
And
there you go.
And explain, like, the one thing I try to tell the nation, it's not that Gabe's a bad player. Gabe is an excellent guard.
He is, but he's making $10 million a year, and I don't think that he wants to take that cut.
Exactly. And the thing is, if we get rid of him, that's $10 million that we have that we can bring in more players with. And right now on O-line, man, we're looking good. I mean, our depth on O-line is really awesome right now. So we can afford to move him.
I'm getting some input. Yes, Jalen Richard was actually a unrestricted free agent pickup. He wasn't a draft pick, so I'll give you that kind of. Markel Lee was a pick. He's still there. Right now, Markel Lee, other than Derek Carr, is the best pick that's there.
Right.
I mean, again, Gabe Jackson, in my mind, is out the door. And I hate saying it, but it's true.
Yeah. And I hate it because he's a Mississippi guy. So
yeah.
Hey.
There you go.
You know.
Now,
yeah,
but
I hate to see him go.
You were like I said, you are happy with what we picked up and what we've done there, Ty.
I tell you, Edwards from South Carolina, man, when they called his name, my jaw dropped because I was like, I almost forgot about the guy. And I remember how good in some of the games I watched South Carolina play, some of the catches he made and everything. And I'm like, this kid is good. And he's going to be special, which I believe that this guy might end up being our number 1 receiver.
Well, he's slated to be. In fact, if I'm allowed to, hang on a second there. I'm gonna look at the depth chart. If I can find where my mouse is. There it is. The depth chart right now. Come on, show up page. There we go.
Right now we're looking at. Yeah, you're looking right now. If you're doing a starter, you're looking at Ruggs, Williams, and Winfro.
Right.
With Edwards.
Yep, Edwards
along with Nelson Aguilar.
And Zay Jones is behind Hunter in the slot.
Mm-hmm.
And the third-rated receivers are Keelan Doss, Rico Gafford, and Marcel Aitman. And Anthony Ratliff-Williams is 4th. I don't see anybody from the third ranks down, Keelan Doss, Marcel Aitman, Anthony Ratliff-Williams. I don't see any of those guys making it. Rico Gafford might. Rico Gafford might because he is a speedster just like Ruggs. And I think that actually Edwards might bump Williams because I think he's more of that tall, lanky guys that they need. And right now I don't see him. Again, I'm not a receivers coach. I'm an O-line guy. Okay. But to me, Edwards would be more attuned to be a threat to Terrell Williams. Aguilar, even though he's listed as number 2, Williams is still as part of that questionable because of his injuries right now. And that's what I got for the. That's what I got, and it's posted at ESPN. What do you call it? What the depth chart is right now?
Yeah. So, but I believe right now the one thing that I liked about the draft was he drafted people that can play multiple positions.
Yes.
And that gives us more versatility, especially with Ruggs. I know a lot of people wanted Judy and a lot of people, I was Lamb. I wanted CD Lamb. But if you look at it, Ruggs is more versatile than the both of them. Ruggs can punt and kick return.
Yep.
You know, so that's more the versatility right there. And the Robertson kid out of Louisiana Tech, that's another one. I watched him play a couple of times because he's in Conference USA, so they play Southern Miss right here in Hattiesburg.
Yep.
And I've seen him play the last couple of years. So he's going to be a good kid as well. I mean, I think he's definitely got a good shot of doing some stuff.
Hey, Ty, thanks for the call, man. I agree with you. Let me get to this next call. Appreciate you calling in, brother.
No problem at all, Raider Nation.
That was Ty Brown calling from Mississippi. I got unknown caller, unknown area code. I had an unknown caller. I had an unknown area code. If you just called, I picked up. If you just called, I picked up, so call back again. If not, beat the caller back. Line is open, 813-699-0834, 813-699-0834. Folks, I get to the calls as quick as I can. I don't want to be, so snobbish that I cut people right off. I try to have a little bit of eloquence there. There we go. Raider Homer, thank you for calling in, brother. What's going on with you? Homer.
Hello?
Homer.
Hey, what's up, Captain?
Hey, what's up, brother?
How you doing?
I'm good. What you doing?
I'm just thinking. I just got done recording for the Only Nation podcast, man. That was a pretty good draft, right?
Fantastic. I don't know why they're calling it a D draft. I mean, at worst, it's a C plus B minus, and I'm being kind there. Unknown caller, you're going to have to give Homer his chance. Go ahead, Homer.
I was a little concerned after 81, right, when we drafted our second wide receiver back to back. But Bowden, right, he can play the running. He can run it. He's a running back, a wide receiver, kick returner, quarterback. I like that pick, man. I really like that pick. I'm curious. I've been having this theory that we'll use Mariota in the red zone. I'm curious now we'll use him in the red zone.
Yeah.
But the Muse pick, man, that one, Ty was just talking about that. Hey, what's up, Ty Brown? But that one, I really like that one, that Muse pick. I like him on the weak side, as Mayock was saying, dude, that really completes that linebacking core. But what I'm thinking is, right, he's the type of guy that can drop back into the safety position in the dime, right?
Right.
So, I mean, that's what we need, man. We need that big time. I like that pick.
Yeah, and like
speed.
We got versatility with Muse. We got versatility with Bowden. So two of these guys that we drafted, we can plug and play in various positions. I mean, and they're going to make life difficult for other people that are trying to stay on this team, okay? Trying to stay on this team because they're so versatile. Grimy Raider, thank you for coming in.
And not just that, right? But like last year, we had a couple safeties go down. We had at the end of the year, we had our cornerbacks go down, right, for a little while. Just people kept going down. But like with Muse, right, he could be a linebacker and then drop back into the safety position if he has to.
Yeah.
And then the last pick, I forget his name right now, but
Amick Robertson at cornerback.
Yeah, Robertson. Yeah, I mean that kid, he's a little undersized, about Carl Joseph's height. But I mean, if he's in the slot, he's being such a ball hawk, like his numbers show, that's badass too,
Yeah.
The slot position is highly competitive right now.
Like I said, I'm not upset at any of the picks. Not upset. And
at all, right? The competition is high.
The fact that you have people that do not know our team said that we sucked at these picks infuriates me. You don't know the Raiders. Even a casual fan knows that we needed wide receivers, we needed a running back, we needed a cornerback, and we needed a linebacker, and some DBs.
And a guard.
And a guard.
I love Gabe, but yeah, he does cost a lot. But this big guy that we got, Simpson, right? He's coming in, he can pull. They say he was good on the screen. I mean, that's exactly what we need. Even if we were to keep Gabe Jackson, we're still going to have to replace Richie Incognito within the next 2 years.
Right.
So and Debbie, Good, and Simpson, I mean, we're looking pretty good right now.
Yeah, and actually, somebody that we have not talked about, and I wanna say this as well, real quick, there, Homer, is the fact that we picked up a guy by the name of Mariner at wide receiver. I think he was from Arizona State. I'm not sure exactly where. Very a sleeper, and Don Webb gave me that name as well. I looked him up. He was a great pickup. These are some guys we picked up after the draft. Wide out George Mariner, tight end Nick Bowers, because we obviously don't have enough tight ends. Defensive lineman Mike Panasiuk, linebacker Javin White, cornerback another corner, Madre Harper, a long snapper Liam McCullum, and a kicker Dominic Eberle. So there we go. We got some competition at every position.
Yeah. And, Mayock, right? That guy, he doesn't want to take a wide receiver in the first round. He was making it sound like you don't draft for need. He was making it sound like you did exactly that. And then I think that was key, that we can win 10 games this year, for sure. We got the competition, we got the depth, and we got the playmakers. That look, man, I think Renfro is the next Freddie B, and Ruggs is the next Cliff Branch. I mean, I don't think this must have visited Mayock in a dream the night before the draft. It's Raider, and I can't wait till we get back to it. But I don't think we're going to be a game. I think Gruden's serious when he says that he wants to run 3 tight end packages.
Well, I tell you, he might. I mean, if we want to run, we have the tight ends now to do it. If you can run 3 tight ends, and at least one of those guys is going to leak out. Witten, will block if he's there. You got, again, Waller, who can leak out. We all know that Moreau was a great guy. Homer, I got to let you go, brother. This is the unknown caller. Thank you there, brother. Alex Raider Homer, appreciate that. Unknown caller, I picked you up this time. How you doing, brother? What's going on?
Do it. If you can run 3 tight ends,
hello?
One of those guys is going to leak out.
Hello?
Will block.
Hello? Yeah, who's this?
This is Michelle.
Hey, Michelle, what's up?
Nothing. What's up with you?
Oh, just having a good time talking about the draft. What's going on with you and your neck?
Well, they told me to call in, so here I am.
Well, good. I'm glad. Now, who's the people that told you to call in?
Jay.
Okay.
Yes. Yeah, Jay told me to call in. So, do you connect me to him? Is that how this works?
Yeah, no. You're talking to Jay.
There you go. See, you told me to call in. It's your Patriots girl.
There you go. There you go. Well, I'm glad, Michelle. Yeah, Jay and Captain Jack is one and the same, so you are there. So I got my. Let me make sure I get this squared away for you. I got my Patriot caller, so I'm glad for that. And this way we can talk. Oh, wait, I don't want people to call in now though. 1 second, honey. Let me get that off the screen. There we go. I got my Patriot caller, Michelle. Talk to me about your Patriots.
Well, I'm a little worried about the season, ain't gonna lie, but I can tell you for a fact that there is no way in hell I am becoming a Bucs fan just because Tom Brady jumped ship to the Bucs. That's not gonna happen.
A true fan, and I like that. Thank you.
But it's interesting because I wanted to follow up on something that Cooter said on his call, because I have been listening the whole time. Earlier, over the past couple of days through Nesson, the Patriots are actually looking at the possibility of picking up either Aaron Rodgers or Cam Newton to take over as lead quarterback. Because I don't think the number 2 kid that they want to use right now has enough to be able to do it.
Now, you said the Patriots are looking to get Aaron Rodgers?
They're looking at the possibility because of the quarterback that the Packers just picked up, that they basically want to, groom the team around him like they want to do with Burrow. And that's what it said under Nesson was the Patriots are looking at the possibility of picking up Aaron Rodgers. Now, I mean, it's early, so I don't know how true to fact it is, but they've mentioned Aaron Rodgers' name and they've mentioned Cam Newton's name too.
Yeah, I mean, I can see the Patriots going after Cam Newton right now because he's a free agent. Going after Aaron Rodgers when he's still, I mean, Aaron Rodgers is not going to let himself go. I mean, I know that him and the coach LaFleur, they don't send each other Christmas cards and they're not at each other's houses on the weekends. So I got that, but here's the thing. I don't see them doing that. And Logan even says on this way they can't afford him right now. That's one good thing. But I mean, if they were to go after Aaron Rodgers, I would believe it would be either next year or the year after when they throw Love into their lineup, and then Aaron finds himself like Brett Favre was in the area where he's disgruntled. They tell him, Aaron, you're not going to be our starter anymore, and that's when they go after him. That's what I can see. So, but I can't see it.
I don't want him to come over and be our starter. I don't think he can do it. But I think honestly, this season, I don't hold out a lot of hope, and a lot of the other Patriots fans don't. We're going to just hope for a break-even season, just because there's going to be so much rebuilding. And of course, in the Patriot Nation, the question is going to be, how long is Edelman going to stay before he bails too?
Okay. By the way, I want people to realize Michelle is not saying this. Michelle is not saying this. She said she saw a report from the NESN and the Northeast Sports Network that the Patriots are going after Aaron Rodgers. So don't come after Michelle. Don't come after Michelle. Michelle has more sense in her head than the NESN network does. There you go.
Right? I don't want Aaron Rodgers, so they can keep him. I don't want him, but I think it's going to be an interesting season. I think the next couple of seasons we're going to be doing a lot of rebuilding.
I had a phone call, but Michelle hasn't quite hit her time. She gets at least another 30 seconds, so go ahead, Michelle. Give me at least your best time.
Well, I'm just glad that I finally got through to you, because I support the Raiders when my Patriots don't play. You know that.
That's true. Michelle is married to her husband. Her husband is a diehard Raider fan. Michelle is one of the few Patriots fans I like. I'll be honest. I like Doc. Now you hear from Doc, who is the other Patriot guy that comes in, really good friend of mine. Doc is a true Patriots fan. I like Doc as well. So I love Michelle in the fact that she supports the Raiders. And I like the fact that she is not, in no uncertain terms, going to be a Bucs fan. Michelle, I got one final question for you. Who wins the AFC East this year?
God, honestly, at this point, I don't know. With all of the changes, I honestly have no idea at this point. It's going to be interesting. But if you listen carefully, you might hear me doing a lot of screaming at the TV come fall.
Okay, well, so, I will look at that. I will make sure that now, if I can hear you, make sure you tell me who you're screaming at.
Of course I will.
Okay.
So, thank you, dear. You have a good night.
All right, Michelle, thank you for calling in, honey. I appreciate it. You say hi to your hubby, and you keep calling in, and you watch the show. Do. I love that.
Will do. All right, I'll talk to you later. Bye.
All right. That was Michelle. Thanks again, Michelle. Now I can go to the unknown caller at 925. 925, who are you and how are you? Hello? 925.
Hey, what's up? What's up, Captain Jack? It's Angela with on Raider Story.
All right. Well, I am making sure that we don't get you out of the we don't kick you out too soon. Thank you for calling in. And Angela, for everybody that's watching and listening, again, talk about who you are on YouTube. Your tag on YouTube, who you are on YouTube.
Yeah, thank you for giving us this platform. So we're for life on Raider Story. This is real fans, real talk. We want everyone to be involved in the conversation. So we've opened up the conversation to how we feel about being real Raider fans, about having the move, how we feel about the move. Are we going to still be season ticket holders? Are we going to travel to the games and get asked all the time? And all those questions will be answered on our YouTube series. And we want everyone to be part of the series. Captain Jack's going to be a guest very soon. He's going to give his story, and we want to hear from all of Raider Nation. Raider Nation for life, that's right.
There you go. Now, are you going to come out here and do my story, or am I going to have to do it myself? I would much rather have a beautiful lady like you come out with your camera when you're allowed to travel. That's true. I'll be honest.
Yeah, for sure. Thank you for that. We're definitely going to go out to the Atlanta game, so we're hoping that maybe we could work something out when we're there. I think it's close enough, and I like Florida, so it's not going to be a hard It's not going to be hard to talk me into it, if you know what I mean.
I got you. And whatever I need to do, and whenever we can get that done, we will do it. I have no problem. I tell everybody my story, and if they if they want to listen, that's great. Now, Angela, I appreciate you have the platform again. It's My Raider. Was it My Raider Family? My Raider Story?
It's for life, our Raider story.
There you go.
And it's on YouTube, on Instagram. Our first episode, we just released it the day before the draft, so that episode's already up. And we're going to release episodes bi-weekly.
Okay. Well, there you go,
and
folks.
Give us
Look
feedback.
for it.
We want to hear everyone else's. Like I said, we want to hear everyone else's story too. So it's not just. I don't want to. It's not just one-sided. I just think it's an interesting conversation because, like I said, I get asked all the time.
Well, good. Well, since I got you here, tell me your Raider story and how you liked what we did in the draft, or not liked. I want to hear that either.
Oh, sure, for sure. I like what we did in the draft. I particularly think I like the guard position. I know we need a wide receiver for sure. Antonio was a bust, clearly, and then we kind of cleared with Cooper and Crabtree, so we didn't really have anyone, although Hunter Renfrow did a great job, don't get me wrong, but, we need more guys for sure. I think the only thing I was a little confused on is do we need 3 additional wide receivers? So I was thinking, is Gruden just going to try to draft everyone he thinks is good potentially and then make some cuts? I don't know. What do you think?
Well, I like I said, if you're talking about Bowden is going to count as a running back, and they're gonna sling him in there. Now, granted, that's a great thing because he can play wide out, he can play running back, he can play quarterback. Hell, they'll ask him to probably go out and sell popcorn and hot dogs in the stands when he's not busy, because that's just the way it is. And he'll do that because that's what they want to do. And whatever we ask of him, that will be what we do with Bowden. But Bowden, don't count him as a wide receiver. Even though he is a wide receiver, he's not. As far as what they, like I said, they're projecting him as, and even Mayock was saying that he is going to come in as a running back to spell Jacobs. But here's the other thing. He can come in as a running back to spell Jacobs in a 2-back set, and then they can flank him right out into the slot with Hunter Renfrow if they were running without a tight end or whatever. So it all depends upon whatever the groupings are, and that's what they're going to have.
Yeah, for sure. And I think Ruggs. Oh, before I carry on, I think I heard a hell in there. So drink.
Oh, well, are you going to really make me drink on a hell? Come on.
I mean, you're not giving me much to work with, so I got to take what I can get, right?
Okay, I'm taking a sip for you for hell. There you go.
All right.
Okay, I wanted folks to know we had a drinking game in a Zoom the other night, and every time that I swore, Angela said that everybody had to take a drink. So other people were getting really they were having a few sips. That's for sure. I will say that.
Oh yeah, it got a little crazy. Well, you were saying a lot more than hell, I think, too. So
yes, I was giving some very stuff that would even make our favorite pastor, AJ Brayhew, blush, and not too much makes him blush because he's a salty dog just like me.
All right, Captain Jackal, I thank you for your time and your platform. I appreciate what you do, and thank you for supporting us, and, we support you. Raider Nation, baby.
Raider Nation. Thanks again there, Angela. Make sure you keep watching and participate. Raiders!
For sure.
All right.
For sure. All right. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye, honey. That again, that's... get with her. And she's on the YouTube for the thing. I want to make sure I don't screw this up because she is in here. And I think it's, there you go, For Life, Our Raider Story, okay? For Life, Our Raider Story. Make sure you follow them on YouTube. Really good things that they are doing out there. And I'm gonna be enjoying it when I get a chance to do something. And again, why not support the Raider fans that are out there that are in their endeavors to try to do good things here, and that's always a good thing. Anyway, we got a line open 813-699-0834, 813-699-0834. I like this. Lots of calls. I'm keeping them snapping, I love everybody that's here. It's a lot nicer when we have a bunch of people that can pop in. I appreciate everybody that's there on Facebook. I haven't been able to say hello to everybody. See if I can go back. I see Mike Smith, Ron Wayne, Duclos, Guillermo Diaz, Clem Cowan, Mike Refuerzo, Doug Kennedy, Raider Francisco Gonzalez, Mike Moritz, and Jimmy Gilbert joining us on Facebook. If you are on Facebook, please go to YouTube. Go subscribe if you're a Raider fan, because again, you are eligible for that big Raider prize pack that I was talking about. And we got Philly in the house as well. But we're first gonna be joined by Cali Rich. Cali Rich, how you doing, brother? You actually showed up in my phone, so I'm glad it went there. How you doing? What's going on?
Oh, nothing. Just sitting here dealing with this hot-ass Southern California sun. It's going down right now, but, just been hot, really hot.
Well, if it's been so damn hot, getting some rain is a good thing then.
Oh, yeah. I tell you the truth, living in Southern California, I live out, like, in the IE, so I'm not like Los Angeles. I'm about 60 miles east of it, so it's more like desert.
Yeah, Inland Empire, yeah. Are you a member of the Inland Empire group, boosters out there too?
No, I've been to a lot of their events. It just, I kind of work a lot.
Okay, well, hey, there ain't nothing wrong with that, man. Keep that pay coming in.
Yes, sir. I was just wanted to say something, about the draft.
Go ahead. That's what we're here for.
I really like it. The Rooks pick. Now I sit down and think about everything. The fact that Waller is our number one receiver. I understand he's not a receiver. He's a tight end.
Right.
He's the number one option. This actually keeps people from rotating coverage from him, because now you have somebody who can beat anybody on the field on a slant, a comeback, a quick out, and beat anybody for a touchdown. This prevents them from rolling coverage to him.
Right.
The biggest, best point about all this, it keeps some safeties out of the box. I got tired of watching Josh Jacobs run the ball in the box last year, with a fully loaded box.
Right. Well, you're gonna have to pick your poison with the Raiders now, because there are so many weapons that Gruden has a wet dream every night, trying to figure out who's going to be on the field and in what package, And then, even John, I can even see that when they have like maybe a tackle eligible, and people are not going to count for the tackle, and then like we used to do with Penn, and throw him the ball and get I mean, there's so much you can do. And he hasn't even begun to touch what's in his mind. And I'm hoping, obviously, you need the quarterback to do that. This is year 3 of Carr in Gruden's system, and Mariota needs to pick it up real quick. If Mariota wants to have any inclination of starting, not for an injury, let me knock wood there. Knock wood if you're with me. Well, don't knock wood if you're with me on this. But if Mariota has any inclination of starting, he better pick up that playbook. And I mean, even the kid Bowden, who I love. By the way, people ask me who my favorite pick was. I'm kind of leaning towards Bowden. Bowden is my favorite prick. Boy, that's a subliminal.
That's a drink.
Bowden is my favorite pick. Now, he was a UK Wildcat who was probably the SEC thing going in. And the reason why he's my favorite pick is because I've seen him shred the Gator defense in all of these different plays. Edwards did the same thing to a point, but I remember Bowden quite clearly, and I think that he is definitely my favorite Raider on this draft. Yeah, I'm going to show that prick. Yep, I said it. I said it, Angela. But I got a drink. I got to drink my iced tea. There you go.
And one more thing, before I check out.
Okay.
We're gonna have to actually run play action.
Yes.
I mean, I don't care which quarterback it is. Derek's got to turn his back to the defense, or Mariota, whoever.
Yep.
And whip their head around and get the ball deep down the field, because that's what's going to change things.
Yeah,
That's what's really going to change things.
We ran. I think I maybe can think that we. I can probably count on my hands, one hand, definitely on both hands, the amount of times that we ran play action last year, because it was minimal. I might be giving it a bit of a reach, but I can say this. I can say this for sure. If you have both hands and both feet, counting fingers and toes, we ran play action less than that. There you go. I'll put it out
with
there.
With a dominant running game.
That's right. And we got a dominant running game to be. We have great toys. We have really good offensive line. Like I said, I like Gabe Jackson. Not that I don't like Gabe Jackson, but I don't like him at $10 million a year. So if he's not traded, then I really can see that this would probably be the last year as a Raider. They just don't want to pay that money. That's the way it is.
Yeah. The risk reward is not there.
Yeah, that's for true.
All right, Captain Jack. Well, I'm gonna get out of here so somebody else can call, because I know how fast and furious these calls come in.
Yeah. Well,
hey, everybody have a great weekend. Have a safe Monday. Stay inside if you can. You gotta go outside. Be safe. And Raider Nation, we gotta start loving each other a little bit more.
That's right. Hey, thanks again there, Rich. Great call there. Most appreciative. And now it is time. It is time for the Pittsburgh report. Let me make sure, Jared, that I get this off the screen. Jared, good to see you, brother. How are you?
How you doing this Sunday?
I'm good.
I'm doing great.
I'm good.
Yeah, me too. It's been a rainy, miserable, chilly day compared to yesterday. It was 70 and sunny yesterday, and today it's in the 40s and miserable. So go figure. It's supposed to warm up tomorrow, though, back near 60. So at least it'll be back to decent weather tomorrow, though.
Yeah. And Jared, are you watching your screen right now?
Yeah, I am actually.
Okay, because first thing I want to do is, you asked, so I am going to do this right for you. Captain Jack's top 5 movies. You did ask. I did give honorable mention to Lawrence of Arabia, Forrest Gump, West Side Story, and I had to throw a comedy in there. And I put the wrong thing. I was gonna say Young Frankenstein, but I ended up putting When Harry Met Sally. But Young Frankenstein is up there as well. Definitely is an honorable mention. I like comedies, but I tell you what, I like dramas and sports movies and war movies better than that. My top 5, from 5 to 1. Number 5, Shawshank Redemption, and actually it was hard for me. I really wanted to put Lawrence of Arabia here, but not enough people have seen Lawrence of Arabia, so I wanted to at least keep it somewhat current. Number 4 was The Sting.
Yep.
Number 3 was Field of Dreams.
Yep.
Number 2 is Patton. No dumb son of a bitch ever lost a war by dying for his country. And then number 1, and if you have never seen this, if you like war movies and espionage and spies and counter spies and all this shit, go get yourself Where Eagles Dare. I tell you what, great film. Clint Eastwood, right out of the spaghetti westerns, and and young Clint Eastwood, Richard Burton, Mary Orr. You gotta love that film. So I would say that is all time. That is my favorite film of all time. That's for sure.
Good movie, especially right before the Dirty Harry trilogy came into play in the 70s. So good choices there. Talk about comedies. I watched 2 good ones last night, Howard. It was pretty normal Saturday night, though. I watched two good ones. The Burbs with Tom Hanks, and then, of course, one of my favorite Jack Lemmon movies, Howard, because I have three of them. I have Avanti, I have The Out-of-Towners, the original one with Sandy Dennis. But if I want a good Jack Lemmon comedy, actually I have four. I take that back. I'd have to see.
What about The Apartment?
Jack and The Odd Couple, too. I have The Odd Couple. But The Prisoner of Second Avenue.
Okay.
With Sam Bancroft. When he played Mel Edison, especially when he had the water thrown on him, and then the neighbors, Howard, he starts yelling and bitching at the neighbors. And he's like, he threw water on me. He threw water on me.
Well, wait a second. You're missing the fortune cookie.
I don't have the fortune cookie, but the fortune cookie is a good one. That is a good one. That is a very good one. But The Odd Couple I can laugh at like crazy. And I haven't seen the fortune cookie in a while. That is a good one, like I said. Save the Tiger is a good one. I forgot about Save the Tiger. That was one of his better dramatic roles, in 73, however. Like I said, you had that one. Out to Sea was funny with him and Walter. Like I said, the original Odd Couple and the second one, which was somewhat all right, but it was a little more too dry, unlike the original. Grumpy Old Men, of course, I don't have that, either one of them, but they're still classics, however. And of course, he was in The Legend of Bagger Vance, believe it or not.
Yeah, he played the grown-up, the kid. That when he grows up, and then when he dies, he goes see Bagger right at the end of that hole, walks on over to him. That is a good role, and plus he's the narrator.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So
yeah. But yeah, like I said, I watched The Prisoner of Second Avenue last night, and I watched The Burbs with Tom Hanks. Today, however, I watched. I mean, I have so many movies in my set. I can't always pick a good favorite one because they're all good ones. But if I wanted to laugh today, I wanted to watch two cop originals: Freebie and the Bean, Jimmy Caan, and
Freebie and the Bean, man. Freebie and the Bean, man. That's awesome, man. And folks, if you're wondering why, I did say that we would go and do some movies last time, and I'm going to count up the people and see who's eligible for the. I'm going to take somebody to a movie with me if we have a season. If we have a season, I'm going to take somebody to a movie with me in either in Vegas, or maybe if they come out to someplace closer that we go to on the road. I'll figure it out when we do the thing. If I'm giving everybody another day, okay?
Yep.
There you go. Make sure you put your top 5 in order, 5 to 1. Or 1 to 5, so I can count them right, and in this way we will get you in that contest. That it's got to be here on either YouTube or Facebook, so make sure you do that. I want to say hi to Jimmy Gilbert. Oh yeah, I think I'm caught up. So again, quickly, Jared, because you're definitely on 5 minutes, and only because you asked. How'd your Steelers do?
I think we did okay. I mean, like I said, I like the Claypool pick, as I told you the other day. However, I think that's a great diamond in the rough. However, I do think how that outside linebacker is going to be fun to watch. However, and again, however, you got that running back from Maryland. However, in the fifth round. However, so they did draft more defense than they drafted pretty much quarterback or running back or something like that. Well, they did get running back obviously so far in the 4th round. But like I said, I just think the Claypool kid is just going to be so fun to watch. You got 3 good solid receivers now, however. But the big question is, however, with Dupree's contract up after this year and being paid $15 million, however, can he have another solid year? Are they going to invest in him beyond this year? That remains to be seen. As we said, T.J. Watt, I think you're going to have to look at him after the season, after what he's done the first few years. I think he's going to get more money than Dupree, and I think Dupree might be done. Yeah,
and again, it's all about handling the cap and your players and make sure everybody is squared away. So, I don't know how tight Pittsburgh is on that cap. Now, Pittsburgh would have been a playoff team last year had they gone to the new playoff format. Are the Steelers going to be able to be that team in your division this year? Are they going to compete with the Ravens? Are the Bengals that much better?
Well, let's look at the North. You got Baltimore and Lamar Jackson still, obviously. The cream rises to the crop with him and Harbaugh. Cleveland, I think, had a pretty solid draft, however, and I think the big thing with Cleveland is they've got to protect Baker, however. If they want to make some statements this year, you don't do what Garrett did last year. You hope OBJ doesn't start whining and bitching and pissing and moaning, however. Cincinnati, I think the only thing that's holding them back is their defense a little bit. Offensively, I think they're okay. They got T. Higgins, they got Tyler Boyd. Joe Morrow's going to definitely have some tough sledding here in the early going now, but he's realizing now this isn't the SEC. This is the AFC North.
Yeah. So he's gonna be welcomed with I'm not gonna say with open arms, but with clenched fists and forearm shivers, man. You know, welcome to real football, Rook.
Welcome to the big boy league. Exactly.
That's right. Hey, Jared, thanks for calling in, brother, and I hope I answered your questions movie-wise, too.
Oh, you did. No problem. I'm going to put one on right now. I want to probably watch Mean Streets now on Scorsese.
There you go. I don't think I've seen that. You'll have to give me a review, and I might go find it.
All right. Sounds like a plan. I'll talk at you.
All right. That is Jared, who we got sports. We got our movies done as well. I wanted to make sure that I did that with Jared because Jared asked. Line is open, 813-699-0834. Remember, if you want to give me your listing, okay, then go ahead and do that, and we'll take care of that. Now, Cream is the set. Well, you see, now we went from rock and we went from sports and movies. Now we're on rock. I might do a best bands. We'll do that sometime as well. But we got to figure out who've done the movies. Okay. Mike Johnson been swimming. Okay, yeah, I know. I tell you what, I would be swimming. In my pool. I don't have a pool though. But here's the thing. Okay, I'm gonna have a what do you call it? I'm gonna have a hot tub put on the patio, and that'll be the last thing that we do to the house. I gotta get that done. You guys, I don't know if everybody's seen the new patio. Good, you know, the equipment's on there. I got enough room. There will be enough. We will have somewhere on that area. We will have a hot tub. There will be a hot tub. So we'll take care of that. Line is open, 813-699-0834. Come on in, call in. And good to see everybody. Again, hopefully we will get some more. I said we heard from the Vikings, we heard from the Patriots, we heard from the Broncos. I'm trying to think. Have I missed somebody? I didn't get a chance. You know, it's unfortunate. I put this out, and if you know of other folks, you know, throw it out there. I mean, I'd love to hear from folks. And 40 shots of vodka. Wow, I'm coming in late on this conversation. So you guys are ahead of me. You're already on music. Okay. Line is open, 813-699-0834. Marshawn Lynch is on bar rescue. Gonna have to look that one up. I saw Marshawn the other day. He was handing out supplies, and I think Carla, Carla's a good friend of Marshawn's mom. So, you know, love Marshawn. I'd never met him, but love his mom. Love his mom. And I don't have anything. Wait a second. Do I have something, Marshawn? No, I don't think I have anything, Marshawn. Maybe I'll get some. I thought I might have had one of those creepers. One of those. Yeah, I might have that around here. I got something. Model Lynch is awesome. Watching bar rescue. I'll have to look it up. Call in. This is your time. We have an opening. We have a line opening. Okay? And she is the best. You're right. Hey, Miss Angela. Okay? If you see Mama Lynn, see if you can get Marshawn to scrawl me a nice 8x10 and send it to me, because I'd love to have that. I'll put it somewhere. I just acquired, although I haven't. It will be here. There is a seat from Oakland. I guess it's in the areas where they ripped out the seats. Okay. And it's signed. Let me see. I can't remember I'm pretty sure Tim Brown is one signature. It has 4 signatures on it, and it has a certificate of authenticity. It's one of those nasty green seats from the stadium. You know, and again, it's in the section. It's in the section that that they ripped off. You know, so it's certified. Ed, I haven't forgotten, so don't be no. Ed, I'm still waiting. Ed Winchell, I'm talking to you. Don't forget what we were talking about earlier. I did get this seat because my buddy needed some money, and yeah, sure. I'll throw you something for that. But when I get it, I will have it on display here, and we'll show it. It's cool. I mean, why not? Line is open, 813-609-0834. What do you think of the draft? The conversation. Wow. Now are you guys that guys and gals, pardon me. Are you over the drafts already? So we're doing, was it 5 greatest rock bands? I mean, I'll play, but I'd rather talk sports. It's 10:34. We've been on for an hour 35, a little more because I did my intro a little bit early. Okay. But I still want to talk sports. I'll do that contest another time. Well, I'll put it up. But God is still like I said, talking about the draft picks. Let's go back to the big subject. Oh, thank you, Vicky. Logan Moore is calling. Thank you. It showed up. It showed up, Logan. Thank you for saving me, Logan. Thank you for saving me. Let me turn this off, okay? Because I don't want somebody to bounce you. What's going on, brother? How you doing?
Oh, I'm doing great. Loving the weather right now out here in Vegas.
Yeah. Now you were saying it was hot?
Oh yeah. I mean, it's going to be in the hundreds in 2 days here. So. God,
man. You know, whenever I see, and I was just watching. I'm gonna diverge just for a little bit. My best, but what I did was talking about walking the other day. I saw Biloxi Blues, and I love the scene, like at the very beginning of the movie, where what's his nose, the guy that's married to a horse face from Sex and the City. No. The main protagonist. Okay, he's like, God, it's hot. It's hot. It's Africa hot. I don't think I can stand this here if it's going to be so hot. You know, it's God, what's his name? He was Ferris Bueller, the kid that played Ferris Bueller, and married to the horse.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. But anyway, but
I know who you're talking about.
You're talking hot. It's like, God, it's hot. It's like Africa hot. I don't think I could stay here if it's going to be if it's so hot. It's the Army in 1945. But anyway, when I think of Vegas, it's like, God, it's hot. It's hot. It's hot. But it is. Go ahead, brother. Go ahead, Logan. I'm sorry, I diverged.
Oh, you're fine. Well, I wanted to start off by talking about, since we were talking about the Swiss Army knife on offense and Lynn Bowden Jr. Since I am here in Las Vegas, I did watch quite a few UNLV Rebels games. There was one guy in particular that I was really, really hoping, if we had a late round draft pick, that we would swoop him up, which I thought somebody would, even though he would have been the first Rebel in 10 years to be drafted. It's been that long, but his name's Jevin White. I mean, he is a Swiss Army knife on defense.
You know what, partner? I hope. I don't know whether you were listening to me earlier, but I believe that you're talking about Javin White, the linebacker. I didn't see where he's from, but yeah, the Raiders picked him up.
Yeah, he played cornerback, linebacker, safety, and dominated whoever, on each team, whoever was dominating them at that position is where they threw him in. And I mean, the last game that he played against Nevada that we won, it was he pretty much won the game for them.
Yeah, well, the Raiders did. That's one of those undrafted guys that they signed. So if he is that Swiss Army knife on the defense, much like Bowden is on offense, I knew nothing about him. So I'm glad you called, because wow, that's I'll have to look him up. But if you said he plays safety and linebacker and sells peanuts in between and corner. Yeah. My goodness. Well, there you go. That's what I like.
Yeah. Yeah, and because he excelled at those positions, he became a ball hawk, and just great at batting balls down and just being very smart player. He's always where he needs to be, and he was a team captain, team leader, just great character guy, great on special teams.
Yeah, well, I'll have to look him up. Or here's a visual. Okay, I've been waiting all show to do this. Yeah, there you go. I got my plate out. My Florida plate.
Right on. and here's a little fun fact too with him is his hometown is Oakland, California.
Well, there you go. There you go. He went to UNLV. He's an Oaktown boy, and he's playing for his Raiders. I mean, that you can't get better than that, man.
Right. Exactly. Yeah, and then that wide receiver you were talking about, Mariner, he was Jordan Love's favorite target at Utah State.
Right. And like I said, Don, was it you or was it Don? One of you guys said that was going to be a sleeper pick for the Raiders. And again, we picked him up undrafted, so that's just a bonus. We got a kid that is I mean, how good is he?
Well, I watched some film on him. I wasn't familiar with him until we signed him. I watched film on him last night, and he looked like a real, valuable target as far as great hands. He was a huge red zone threat. And, I mean, it was just bomb after bomb that he was going up and ripping that ball out of the air. I didn't see a whole lot of skillful footwork as far as routes, and it seemed like just a lot of run and go, but there was a few plays where he did juke and make guys miss. I don't see him really making it any further than the practice squad because of our talent.
Okay, well, but then again, Aitman was on the practice squad and got pulled up at the end of the year because of injury. So maybe it's such that he can blossom. Now, here's the other thing, though. If he's such a possible good player, it's possible that because the Packers picked up Jordan Love, that maybe they pick him up too. But they would have to sign him to the active roster, though. But we'll see.
Right. Yeah, we also, I guess they signed a kicker from Utah State.
Yeah, that's that Eberle kid. I'm pretty sure because that's the kicker we signed. So I didn't see where he was from, but the kid's name was Eberle, and he was the other one. So again, we have competition across the board. I don't know who our second punter is, but I'm sure there will be another punter in camp because you can always improve. You can always improve.
Yeah, most definitely. As far as the actual drafted guys, I'm really, really, really excited about Byron Edwards. I mean, that guy, at his size and his ball skills, I see the future really bright for him. Like Derek Carr hasn't really had one of those guys since Andrew Holmes.
Yeah, actually, because I know, thanks for bringing that back. I actually forgot about Holmes. Was it like 2 years ago when the Raiders cut him? Holmes was immediately grabbed by the Bills because they needed his versatility, and he was a fantastic receiver. I mean, Carr had James Jones for a target. Holmes was one of his favorite targets.
That's true.
So Carr actually, he needs to have, when we got rid of Crabtree, when he was just not what he used to be. Carr has been searching for that wide receiver that he meshes with. Now he did that with Renfro at the very end of the year, but he needs somebody that is going to be that threat. Like I said, when you got Ruggs out there, when you got Edwards out there, you got Renfro. My God, and I'm not even talking about Waller yet. If this team can't put up 28 or more every game, then something is wrong. Something is wrong. This team should average at least 28 points a game.
Oh, no doubt. I don't see Gruden changing his offense at all. All I see is him expanding it and opening it up. I see him having a lot of fun with so many toys to work with. Defenses, they're going to be on their toes. You have so much talent where you can switch them out and where they're not getting comfortable guarding the same guy. Where if you throw in, you got Bowden, every once in a while you throw him out there in the slot. Give Renfro a break. It's a completely different skill set that they, that's going to throw their defense off. And you got Ruggs opening it up to where, and there's no more double teaming Waller and filling the box.
Well, like I said, picking up Bowden, and I'm glad you called in about, what was it, Javin Smith?
White.
Javin White, there you go. I appreciate the insight. Hey, Logan, thanks again, man. I'm going to open it up, but I appreciate you calling in. I appreciate you calling and watching and being there for us. And again, I got to say, if you haven't done it already, thumbs up, folks. I'd like to have some thumbs up there. I got my one thumbs down. I have no clue who the hell that is, but if I can figure, you know what? You can't be perfect.
I gave you my thumbs up already.
All right. Hey, well, Logan, thank you there, shipmate. Good hearing from you.
All right, likewise.
All right.
Go Raiders.
Go Raiders. Thanks again, partner. We'll hear from you on the next show.
All right, take care.
All right. That was Logan from Vegas. We got a couple Vegas callers. Yeah, I know, Angela. I get a thumbs down, and it's only been about the last month or so. I get a thumbs down, but you can't be pleasing to everybody. But if I think I know who it is, but I can't remember what his YouTube name is. So if I can figure out what I did say his. So we got it down to a male. If I can figure out who it is, then I might do something about it. We'll see what we can do. Line is open, 813-699-0834, 813-699-0834. Oh, good. I'm glad I got this call. Who am I speaking to? Is it Tiffany or is it Sid?
No, this is Tiffany.
Hey, well, Tiffany, I'm glad you. Whoop, wrong transition. Let me go back to what it was. I did a transition, but I did it to the wrong screen. So how are you doing?
Oh, you did. Oh, I couldn't be doing better. You knew I had to call in once we found out we got Bowden. Bowden's my guy.
Yeah. I said when I saw that he was drafted, I was like, man, I forgot about him. And again, I'm glad. I mean, not that I'm glad I forgot about him, but when like I said, when we drafted him, I said, wow, what a great pickup. And then the very next pick, you get Edwards, too. Yes, I am SEC prevalent. You know that. But what you pick up three guys from the SEC, and then you pick up two from the ACC and Clemson. I mean, there's my God, we've gotten so much better, so quick. You know, all these Tampa fans that are saying that it's going to be a hometown series. I'm not saying the Raiders are coming to Tampa next year, but you look out for us within the next 3 years. I really see us going to a Super Bowl real soon.
I hope so. Oh, I sure hope so. And I don't know if you saw. Did you see Gruden's call with Bowden too?
No, I didn't.
Oh yeah. Well, I mean, you kind of have to read between the lines sometimes with Gruden, but he said he'd been wanting to coach him since the first time he saw him and all that. I mean, he was just really pumped about him. You could tell.
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
It's like a kid in a candy shop, man. He's got so many things that he can use, so many different weapons that, you know, he's like I said, I hope I didn't offend you, but I said Gruden is going to bed every night with a wet dream because, again, you know, there's so much stuff that he can do with all of these different people, and he has yet to crack that, and getting a chance to do that, to him. It's like a mad scientist just going over exactly what he can do. It's a kid in a candy shop. You know, all of those analogies are there because, again, I can't wait to see what comes out. But the problem is, and this is the problem we had last year, for those, you know, about the chicken or the egg. Is it Carr or is it the wide receivers? Well, I tell you what. This needs to be answered right now. If it's Derek Carr, then he shouldn't throw the friggin' ball into the ground anymore because he's got wide receivers to throw to. If you can't throw it to Henry Ruggs, something's wrong because Carr is a short distance quarterback, and Ruggs can be that short, quick, and go, kind of like what he was doing with Renfro last year, except this time Ruggs is gone. Even Renfro was gone. Even you saw it in the Charger game last year where he threw it to Renfro and Renfro was gone. Imagine Henry Ruggs doing that. Oh, my God.
Yeah. That was my question to you to get back to Carr. What are your thoughts on Carr versus Mariota?
Well, I'm of a firm belief that I'm going to go with the quarterback that knows the playbook. And right now, that's Derek Carr. Now, having said that, Carr has a 2-year advantage on Mariota. He's got that advantage, so he better make best of it. So, if and when Mariota can show him being Gruden, that he can grasp that offense, the minute that Derek starts to falter, don't be surprised if you see that quicker hook, because again, the Raiders really didn't have anybody to throw in there at quarterback other than when Derek got hurt. It was whoever the hell was holding the clipboard. Now we have some options. And so, I mean, Derek Carr will be given enough rope to hang himself. And again, I like Carr. I don't love Carr, but I like Carr because he is the best option at quarterback for the Raiders. You're not going to throw Mariota in, especially under the conditions with COVID where you have very little time working with anybody. If you think that Mariota is going to be our starting quarterback, if we have a season this year with the big on the if, then you guys are smoking something that you probably picked up from one of my buddies. So, but that's just, I'm just saying that.
Yeah. Well, and it could be with Carr having somebody push him. You know, we'll see what he's really made of. Either he'll step up or he'll fall back.
Yes.
So, yeah. One more thing I want to say about Bowden, and I don't know if you knew this or not, but it's very interesting. You know, he started out, he played as a wide receiver, right, last year, and did very well.
But he was their quarterback.
The first 5 games of this year.
Yeah.
When he was at wide receiver, UK went 2-3. And when our quarterback went down and he stepped in at quarterback, we were 5-2.
Yeah.
And went to the Belt Bowl and won that the same way we had won the other games that he played quarterback. So he's not a true quarterback. He's more of a runner, more of a runner. And his passing could step up a little bit, but hey, he got us to the promised land. I mean, after starting 2-3, and
He's
he was trying to talk our coach into playing cornerback too. Can you believe it on the defense?
Well, you know what? That just shows versatility. Like I said, and again, if you are able to be, I mean, God forbid, I don't foresee him not making the team because as versatile as he is. He's not going to go on a 1 year of injured reserve. We're not going to do what we did to Marquette King with him. This kid is going to be on the final 53. Where? I don't know, but he's going to be on the final 53. But God forbid somebody gets hurt as a cornerback. Do you not think that he wouldn't be thrown right in there and say, go get him, kid? Because he would.
Yeah. And Gruden will love him. I mean, he'll just love him because he's a gamer. I mean, I'm really excited to see how they utilize him. I hope they don't use him at running back too much. Might make him more susceptible to injury, but I'm really excited to see how they use him.
Well, that's the other thing, though. I think they are actually, he is slated to be, he's in the running back numbers right now. And the reason why I say that, because people are bitching about, my God, we picked 3 wide receivers, and then we picked up Mariner, so there's 4. We don't need all these receivers. Yeah, you do. Because I went through, like I said, I went through the depth chart. If you don't think that Doss and Aitman are gone, is Aguilar really going to make the team? Aguilar might not make the team, considering what we've done. Gruden does like his veterans, so Aguilar, providing he doesn't drop everything in sight, he should be there. But who knows? Will Terrell Williams be there? Will Terrell Williams be a trade casualty at the end of the year with somebody that needs an experienced wide receiver? And maybe these kids actually, if there's a season, I hope there is. But, that means that everybody is playing and we have the training camp and all the things like that. If somebody needs a wide receiver, you don't think that Gruden and Mayock are going to go shop Williams? I think so. So we'll see what happens.
Yeah, exactly. And I'd seen some stat during the draft where the Raiders had the 3rd fewest receivers in the NFL. Jeez, I didn't realize that. Did you?
The 3rd fewest or the 3rd fewest catches amongst receivers?
I think it was the 3rd fewest.
Huh.
Unless I saw it wrong.
Yeah, I mean, I would think that's stat because they normally carry the same amount of receivers. It's like 6 or 7 on a squad, and that remains pretty. I mean, that's the way it is. I would think that it was probably the stat was the Raiders had the 3rd fewest catches amongst receivers. I could believe that. I mean, I don't know what stat. I don't know what stat you're talking about, but I can almost guarantee you that that's probably was it. There you go. Logan Moore said it as well. 3rd fewest receptions.
Okay. Well, that makes sense then. That makes sense.
Yeah.
The other thing that I wanted to talk to you about was my second team, the Bengals. I think we had a really good draft there too, and I say we loosely because I use we for the Bengals and the Raiders both.
I understand that. Like I said, I know that you are a true Raider fan, but you have your backup Bengals, and there's nothing wrong with that. I know that that's where you live, and now you became more of a Raiders fan because of your husband anyway, right?
No.
Oh.
Actually, no. I've been a Raiders fan since high school.
Okay, well there you go. Okay, I stand corrected. Okay, there you go.
Oh yeah, no, that's okay. Back with the Jim Plunkett's and the Howie Longs and Lalo Zato, those teams. And they were just great. They were just great. And so I've been a long time Raider fan. Probably less of a Bengal fan, but they're a team of proximity for me.
There you go.
Because they're close.
Right.
Yeah.
And they're not so damn just a nerd. I mean, I said my closest team is the Succaneers, and there's no way in hell I'm going to be. I mean, I don't have any backup NFL team. I don't. But there are people that do. But at least I know that they call them their backup team. And there are a bunch of people where their favorite team is X and say, but the Raiders are my second favorite team. So if you go with all of those people that are either Raider fans or the Raiders are their second favorite team, I would think that we're probably the number 1 team amongst fans that way.
Sure. Yeah, it's hard to find Raider fans in my area, in the tri-state area, Ohio and Kentucky and Indiana. There's not many of us. I mean, there's some, but when the team's good, then everybody puts their garb on and wears it. But as far as the diehards, the true blues, and you're always there, win or lose or die. That's me. And
Yeah.
you know that.
I know that. I want to say goodbye to Angela. She was the For Life Our Raider story. Make sure that you guys go to that YouTube show and channel. Thank you for joining us, Angela. And obviously, thank you for joining as well there, Tiffany. And tell Sid I said hello.
I'll do it. He wanted to know if you're doing contractor work, or can you say?
Yeah, I'm doing contractor work. Unless he wants to offer me a Govey job up there, then and I can move in for a little while.
Oh, I think he's looking for work right now.
Ah,
you two need to talk.
Okay, well, yeah. Tell him to send me whatever he's doing, and my company's good. My company,
Really?
yeah, I got a really good company, and we won't talk about this here, but I said, yeah, tell Sid to send. I'll even tweak out to give the keywords that they want to hear, and maybe you guys can come back down here. Would be great.
Yeah, for sure. Okay. Well, Captain Jack, it was great talking to you. I'm really excited about the draft for both my teams, and we'll look forward to what's to come.
You got it. Hey, Tiffany, thanks for calling in. Love hearing from you, honey, and keep watching and spread the show. Hopefully, we'll get some more people here as well.
I'd love to. We need some more Raider fans in this area. So, yeah, for sure. Take care, go Raiders.
All right. Thanks again, Tiff. You take care.
Yeah. Bye-bye.
Bye. That's Miss Tiffany Yarborough, a great friend of mine. Know her from her hubby. We worked together at CENTCOM in the military, and I said Tiffany is definitely and great people. When I went up there for the Bengals game a couple years ago, and it was able to see her and her hubby after the games. I wasn't able to meet up before the game, which was unfortunate. But after the game, meeting up, and we went to a fabulous restaurant that had and I can't remember exactly what the steak was wonderful, the mushrooms. I'm a foodie. I'm not a drinky. I'm a foodie, but the sauce, and Tiffany was saying you gotta have this sauce. And it was like a peppercorn wine sauce, and I can't remember what it's called. It wasn't. I don't think it was a Cabernet, but it was a wine and peppercorn sauce. They have it at that expensive restaurant in Vegas. God, what do you call that place? I went there, but great stuff. And I had this. So every time I see steak on the menu and they have this, I always think of Tiffany, and I always want to make sure that she knows that as well. Definitely turned on to that sauce. And like I said, her and Sid, great people. Can't wait to see him again. Can't wait to see. I can't wait to see everybody again. Can't wait to see everybody again. But it has been 2 hours, and I tell you, we've had a really good time here. So, without further ado, I want to definitely say thank you for joining me for this show. I enjoyed it. And let me turn the phone on, because I some people I know they try to call, and I always have the phone up. But 2 hours, loved the show, loved having everybody participate, and it makes it more enjoyable when you have the participation. Love that. Thank you so very much for being here. If you're on Facebook, share the show as well. If you're on YouTube, please go to where you were on YouTube and share this out to all your friends. Thank you for being participants of this show. I enjoyed the hell out of it, and hopefully we can do this again. Look, Thursday look for Thursday to have the show again. And we'll see everybody then. Thank you. Join me. Stay safe. Stay indoors. Stay as healthy as possible. Hopefully you have that money coming in. Do what you can, but the captain wants to see you for the next show. So until we meet again, we'll see you. Take care. And yeah! Love that draft. Raider Nation, baby. We'll see you next time. Right,
Yeah.
and they're not so damn just a nerve. I mean, I said my time I see steak on the menu and they have this, I always think of Tiffany. I always want to make sure that she knows that as well. Definitely turned on to that sauce, and I said her and Sid, great people. Can't wait to see him again. Can't wait to see. I can't wait to see everybody again. Can't wait to see everybody again. But it has been 2 hours. And I tell you, we've had a really good time here. So, without further ado, I want to definitely say thank you for joining me for this show. I enjoyed it.